Prince Harry and Meghan shocked the country by announcing their intention to step back as senior royals.
So, at the heart of this, Dr. Shola, do you believe that racism is to play? I mean, this is a question that you feel actually you're exhausted of having to defend it, because for you, it's so blatant that yes, the answer is yes, racism is to play.
You've taken the words right out of my mouth. It is exhausting when you keep hearing people either deny that racism is at the heart of this. People go, it's criticism, but it's criticism steeped in racism. And look, I think that the difficulty here for a lot of people is that they do not understand this thing. And the thing is that it is not the job of black people and ethnic minorities to educate white people on racism that is perpetuated by white people.
Right.
White folks need to go educate themselves on the racism they perpetuate. The reason why the racism experienced by Meghan feels so personal and it deeply resonates with a lot of people is because it's symptomatic of the culture of racism in the United Kingdom.
What examples do you have?
You see, that is another problem. When people keep asking what examples, it makes me question. It makes me question, where have you been the last 2 years? What have you been reading? What have you been listening to?
I've been reading some criticism.
Right.
I haven't personally read anything that I could say was based on racism.
And this is part of the problem. And let me explain what racism looks like from the lens of white privilege. White privilege whitewashes racist and inflammatory language as unconscious bias. It perpetuates the bigotry of intolerant white people as ignorant. It defends and protects their private views, once spoken, as misspeak, and then camouflages racist behavior as error of judgment, which is exemplified by Danny Baker's tweet when he compared Archie to a chimpanzee. Now, look, I think if you look at a lot of the criticisms she's faced, even a lot of the examples, it sums up to one thing. How dare she? She doesn't know her place. She's uppity, right? When a black woman, right, goes along with the flow, does what is expected of her, it's all okay. But the moment she exercises independent thought, independent authenticity, her own independent views, she's a problem.
So there is, I mean, we've sort of been looking through, and I know online there's lots of examples of how she's been treated differently compared to Kate. There's a few examples here. We'll just show a couple of them now. So you've got this, for example, the bouquet of flowers. So you've got Kate's bouquet there, Kate Middleton, homegrown bouquet of the lily of the valley follows the royal code. Meghan's wedding, how Meghan Markle's flowers may have put Princess Charlotte's life at risk. I mean, two identical bunches of flowers, two very different way of handling them. So is this what you're saying? Although people may not be aware, and like, well, I'm not racist, I haven't written that in a racist way, but it's the subtext, it's the subconscious beneath it.
Which is why I'm hoping by giving that tip, the education on what white privilege does, when you see racist and inflammatory language or language that is steeped in racism, and then you call it something other than racism.
Can I ask you then, has she missed a huge opportunity here then? By being her, as a senior member of the royal family, to help break down some of that subconscious racism. She had an opportunity to be that role, to be that person in the biggest role that there possibly is. Do you not feel slightly let down?
Absolutely not. Meghan has done jack all wrong, if I can be perfectly blunt. When you say that she had an opportunity, she hasn't not met the opportunity. It's what she's faced. It's the volume of abuse, the vitriol of abuse steeped in racism, misogyny, sexism. So how much more is she expected to take? And bear in mind that if she had responded, say, as I would respond, she'll be stereotypically defined as the angry black woman. I mean, when you look at the kind of comments that have been used to describe her, straight out of Compton.
Thank you, Dr. Shola. Look, at some point, people need to stop acting confused about why Prince Harry and Meghan walked away from that whole circus. Seriously, folks keep saying, oh, it was just family drama. Family drama? Family drama? Man, please. This thing was bigger than somebody forgetting to invite you to Christmas dinner. Meghan walked into that palace like somebody entering the world's fanciest group chat, except everybody already decided they didn't like her before she even sat down. And let's keep it real. If Meghan had done half the things other royals did, the British tabloids would have exploded like somebody dropped fireworks in a microwave. Kate touches her baby bump, future queen glowing beautifully. Meghan touches her baby bump, attention-seeking American actress causes constitutional crisis. Brother, what? The energy was weird from day one. Weird. You could feel it through the screen. Every smile Meghan gave got inspected like airport security. Every sentence she spoke turned into a national emergency. She eats avocado toast, suddenly the newspaper's acting like she personally destroyed the economy. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew out here moving through scandals like a man wearing an invisibility cloak from Hogwarts. Make it make sense. And Harry saw the game quick. That man looked around and realized, wait a minute, they're doing to my wife exactly what they did to my mother. That hit him hard. You could see it. That wasn't paranoia, that was pattern recognition. Big difference. What cracks me up is how some people still act shocked Harry chose Meghan over the institution. Bruh, that's his wife, the mother of his children. What did they expect? Sorry, babe, the monarchy needs me to sacrifice your mental health for public relations. Nah, Harry finally did something rare in that family. He picked love over optics, and people lost their minds because they're so used to royals smiling through misery like it's part of the dress code. And this situation, it tells regular people something important. A fancy title does not protect you from racism. Money doesn't erase it. Mansions don't erase it. You can marry a prince and still get treated like your other. That's the ugly truth sitting underneath all those shiny palace gates. Because racism today ain't always somebody screaming slurs in your face. Sometimes it's colder than that, slimier. It's people pretending they just have concerns. It's the media painting you as aggressive for breathing too confidently. It's folks demanding you stay silent so everybody else stays comfortable. Meghan became the punching bag for people who couldn't handle seeing a biracial woman walk into a centuries-old white institution and refuse to shrink herself. And honestly, Meghan didn't fold. That's what bothers some people the most. She didn't disappear, didn't fade away, didn't spend the next 5 years apologizing for existing. Instead, Harry and Meghan packed up, moved to California, started building their own thing, and kept winning. That annoys the critics badly, because the script was supposed to be Meghan gets destroyed, Harry crawls back, everybody praises the monarchy. Instead, Harry basically said, "No, I'm good," and dipped with his family. That's why they stay obsessed. Every little move Harry and Meghan make still shakes the internet like somebody dropped a Beyoncé album at midnight. New photo? Chaos. New interview? Meltdown. Meghan opens a jar of jam? Breaking news across Britain. At this point, the royal family drama feels less like the firm and more like a giant WhatsApp family group where nobody knows how to communicate and everybody leaks screenshots to the tabloids. And the saddest part, the monarchy had the easiest win imaginable sitting right in front of them. A modern couple, a globally loved prince, a smart, charismatic biracial woman who connected with younger audiences instantly. That should have been free PR for the next 50 years. Instead, they fumbled it so badly it deserves relegation from the Premier League. Harry and Meghan didn't destroy the royal image. The system did that to itself. People just finally got a closer look behind the velvet curtain and realized the palace ain't magical. It's just people. Rich people with crowns, old rules, bad communication skills, and a terrifying addiction to tabloids. Everybody keeps trying to water this story down like it was some little family disagreement. Nah, stop that. This wasn't about somebody sitting in the wrong chair at dinner or breaking royal spoon etiquette or whatever nonsense palace people stress about. Meghan walked into that system and immediately got hit with the kind of energy millions of regular people recognize instantly. You know that vibe. The room gets awkward when you enter, people suddenly become concerned, folks start speaking in coded language like politicians caught in 4K, smiles in public, coldness behind doors. Oh yeah, people know that game. And the wildest part, Meghan wasn't some random outsider trying to sneak into the castle. She married Prince Harry, a literal prince. Yet even with the fancy title, security, palace walls, and all those billion-dollar crowns sitting around looking shiny under museum lighting, they still couldn't protect her from racist madness. That says a lot. Because if a woman standing next to one of the most famous men on earth can still get dragged daily while the institution sits there blinking like a confused goldfish, what chance does the average person have at their office job, their school, their neighborhood? That's why so many people connected with Meghan's situation. They saw themselves in it. The British tabloids treated that woman like she personally stole the crown jewels and hid them in a Zara handbag. Every headline sounded ridiculous. Meghan breathes, outrage. Meghan eats lunch, national crisis. Meghan closes a car door, civilization collapsing before our eyes. Meanwhile, other royals could practically do backflips into scandals and the media would be like, ah yes, a complicated situation requiring nuance. Please. The double standards were so obvious Stevie Wonder could spot them from space. And let's talk about Harry for a second, because some people still don't get it. Harry didn't abandon duty. That man looked at his wife getting publicly chewed up every single day and said, I saw this movie with my mother and I'm not staying for the sequel. Honestly, respect. That's what husbands are supposed to do, protect their family. But because it's Harry, suddenly people acted like he committed treason for choosing peace over palace drama. The man basically said, y'all can keep the castles, the fake smiles, and the weird newspaper leaks. I'm taking my wife and kids somewhere healthy. And somehow, that became controversial. Insane. And can we discuss how the palace handled everything with the urgency of a broken customer service hotline? Meghan's out there getting hammered publicly every day, and the institution responded like, we are currently experiencing higher than normal call volumes. Brother, what? That silence told everything. Loud silence too, stadium-level silence. Because when somebody is being targeted unfairly and you have all the power in the world to help but choose not to, people notice. Especially regular people who've dealt with bosses protecting toxic co-workers, families excusing bad behavior, or workplaces pretending discrimination is just miscommunication. That's why Harry and Meghan leaving hit differently. It wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It became about survival, about sanity, about knowing when a place keeps draining your spirit and deciding, nah, I deserve better than this circus. And let me tell you something funny. The same people screaming they wanted privacy are the same people writing 48 articles a week about Meghan holding a cup of coffee. The obsession is unreal. Meghan could sneeze in California and somehow 3 royal experts on British television would appear looking stressed with charts and diagrams. At this point, the monarchy feels less like a powerful institution and more like a luxury reality show where everybody wears expensive brooches and communicates through passive aggression. But Harry and Meghan, they kept moving, built their own life, raised their kids, made their money, kept smiling. That's the part some critics can't stand. They wanted Meghan sad, hidden, broken. Instead, she stayed visible, confident, stylish, successful, and unbothered. That drives the haters crazy. And honestly, good for them. Sometimes walking away from a toxic environment is the strongest move you can make. Doesn't matter if it's a bad job, a messy relationship, or a palace with ancient chandeliers and people leaking stories to tabloids like gossiping aunties at a wedding. Peace is expensive. Harry and Meghan decided it was worth paying for. Alright y'all, thanks for watching. I'm your host Miles, and woo, the royal drama stays working overtime like it's getting paid hourly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and pull up for the next episode because trust me, the palace chaos is never on vacation. Catch you all next time.
Thank you so much guys for watching this podcast. I really hope you enjoyed the podcast. I'm your host Miles. I'll catch you in the next episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, share videos widely to family, friends and relatives. Subscribe for more raw and unfiltered commentary. I'll catch you in the next episode. Love you all and goodbye. May God bless you all.